Hello, and we are back.
Yes, again.
Again, my name is Daniel,
And my name's Mike.
and today we are going to talk about Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the most popular
Card game.
card game in existence. And I think we know why it's popular.
Yeah, we do know why.
We know why it's popular, and we have talked to a lot of players over the years.
Very enthusiastic players.
Enthusiastic, yeah, and I think this game created a lot of passion
it
in
did.
players. It created a lot of also like synergy. I think in terms of relationship with other gamer, like you can always discuss your favorite card,
Yep.
your favorite combo, what you like about the game, what's broken about the game,
Yep.
and these things. So let's get into it. How about that? Let's get into it. Mike, how did you get into the game?
How I get into it? Well, in middle school, that's when I started. And that's when a few of my friends got into it and they introduced it to me as well. And how about you?
So, before we get to me,
Okay.
when they introduced you to card game, did you fall in love with it right away, or I mean, did it take you time to like the game?
Because I was into card games already, and my other card games that I liked before Magic was, I believe, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh.
So you played those two games before you played Magic?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I find Magic was interesting. It's different elements. I just liked it.
Okay. All right. So as for myself, I got into the game a little later. Towards the end of middle school.
Okay.
Actually, I got into the game quite a long time ago. However, I didn't play the game for that long. I mean, I was competitive for just maybe a couple of years, and then I became more of a casual player. Playing some variation of the game, playing multiplayer variation, not just one-on-one anymore. I felt that one-on-one, after I left the competitive scene, I find multiplayer variation a little more interesting, like two-headed giants, three-headed giants.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. How about you? Would you ever play the variation of Magic?
Not that many. I played a few times with like multiplayer, but up to mostly 4. But only play those kind of format a few times only with my friends. But after that, we grew out because we go to high school, so we stopped playing from that time.
Yeah, and I figured during high school, people kind of, I mean, either you stay with the game like religiously.
Or you're chasing after girls.
Oh, you're chasing after girls, and you're just kind of put it on the back burner.
Yep.
I mean, you'll play it every now and then, but it's not you're not as into it as you used to be. So what was your favorite color in this game?
If you ask me, my favorite among them all would be mostly green.
Green, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's just like how they get enough mana. You can go to different kind of mana as well.
Yeah.
Like the soul.
Yeah.
I mean, the sole purpose of different mana you can get.
I agree because I think one of the pet peeves that I have about the game is to not get mana.
Yeah.
And green helps with that.
They do a lot.
And what about combination of colors? Like what combination you like?
Well, for me, it's mostly these combination either green and red or green and white.
Green, red, green, white. Okay, yeah, that's the pretty standard. You don't actually play the opposing colors.
Yep.
All right, you don't play green black or green blue.
Not quite, no.
Not quite. As for myself, my favorite color is blue.
Blue, I can see.
Because it's blue has always been one of the strongest color next to black when I played. So when I play, black was very powerful and blue is really powerful.
So are they your combo colors or?
So in terms of combo colors, I actually like the opposing color. I like to play blue green.
Blue green.
Yeah, and I think blue green Madness deck was like one of my favorite deck to play. No. Yeah, because and I think the Madness mechanic kind of circled back in the new set a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah, so some of the vampire have Madness effect.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, so you can exploit that effect. But back then, the blue green with the Aquamoeba and the Worm really exploit that madness mechanic because you play everything a lot cheaper. I would say like a card that costs like 3 or 4 mana, you can play it for 1 or 2 mana.
Wow.
With the madness effect. Yeah, so it made the deck like super fast and it was like, it was really fun to play with. So for this gameplay, since I'm an old school player, I went and bought the Tempest starter decks. I kind of just throw them together.
Old school indeed.
I wanted to show Mike, who's a newer player, what old school was like. Why some of the cards never come back, right?
Yeah, I can see that.
Some of the cards are really powerful. I mean, even though it's a starter deck, you can see how different the game was back then.
It was quite different.
Yeah. So what deck did you play?
Mostly I played the new deck, the new one for 2016.
Yeah, this one. Yeah. This is a vampire deck.
Yeah, vampire deck. Like for like the introduction to Zendok.
Zendikar or and it looks like your deck exploits some life game mechanics.
Yes, mostly every time I try to gain life, you lose life. That is that kind of mechanic.
Yeah, and I think the newer card I think they did a better job making sure that it's balanced.
Yeah, a bit more balanced.
And that's why if you want to enjoy Magic for its power, I would say go get the old cards.
Oh god.
Yeah. I think anything like Exodus, Tempest, Ursa block, those are I think my favorite set. I would say it's like the Ursa block because it had a lot of artifact. I built a Tinker deck out of it. Yeah, there was a lot of broken combos that came out of that set. Bargain deck. Right.
Bargain deck.
Yeah. How about yourself? What was it? Is there a favorite set you have?
It's mostly I can't remember the name. Must be Legion. It's like mostly you have a lot of soldiers and stuff in that deck.
The tribal era. Okay. Yeah. I kind of skipped that era. Like you have the tribal. You have like all the elves. The zombies.
Right? Oh yeah, that one. That's one. Yeah, that era.
Those tribal era where tribal decks were popular.
Yep, and I like a lot of the nomads as well.
Yeah. So I think that the new format is I would say it's still quite fun.
It is
to play. Given that I think we have stressed what we didn't like about the game, but I think. From the way we pick up the game, I mean, it's just like riding a bike, right? You never forget how to play Magic. Like no matter how many games you play, Magic has always been something always know how to play.
Yeah, it's just like riding a bike, like you said.
And I think a lot of other games that we play also borrow mechanics from Magic. So that why it keeps Magic in your backseat always, because in other card game you tap the card like Magic. I mean, Magic was the first card game that tapped something.
It's like your first girlfriend. You would have to compare it with someone or something.
It's like your first girlfriend. Like you never forget your first girlfriend. That's hilarious. So what about? So I think there's been a lot of talk about why we left the game and what we don't like about the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How about what did we like about the game? What did you like about the game, Mike?
Well, the setting is perfect. It's like all fantasy, all whales, witches, all those mythical kind of world. I like that part, and then just how you can summon creatures and then using spells. It's just that's quite fun. That's like the most mechanics.
I think Richard Garfield, who designed this game, hit the sweet spot.
He did.
The fantasy sweet spot.
Fantasy.
Right? You got mages, casting spells, dragons, mythical creatures, spending mana on certain things. Yeah, I think he hit the sweet spot with I would say the setting, the lore, and it's a nice game mechanic to go along with it too, because it's not too hard to learn. Yeah. This game, when I didn't have like a difficult time to learn this game at all. I mean, there were certain complicated cards which I have trouble understanding what it does, but in terms of the way the game is played, it's it's easy enough for anybody to pick it up.
There's not too many texts on the card. Not
Yeah.
that unless it's a really complicated card, but that's not that many. There are very few.
Yeah. Now, in terms of mechanics, is there particular mechanics you like about the game, or is there certain things about the game that you like that you prefer over other games? Yeah.
Not really. I'm okay with the mechanics. To me, I wish the battle was a bit more. I still like my WoW TCG, Warcraft TCG mechanic for attacking and attack step.
Yeah.
But for Magic, it's just one attack step only. You have everything attacked, and that's you let it go, see what they block or not.
Yeah.
That's the mechanic I don't like. Everything else I like. Having land, you spend land to put something down to play a spell.
Yeah, I think the first turn you kind of forget. Oh wait, I only have one attack phase.
I know.
you can't choose an attack. You can't do some things that other card games allow you to do.
Yeah, I got used to my WoW TCG. That's only that part.
Yeah.
How about you?
What I like about the game is it's not. I mean, the game itself is easy to pick up. However, I like the social aspect of the game.
Players, yeah.
I hardly come across like terrible players.
Yeah.
I mean, every Magic player I've talked to has always been. We always talk about the cards and what we like, what we don't like, what some of the broken decks you have, and it's all good and fun. Like I can talk. I mean, I think today we talked like 3 hours about Magic.
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was just on and on and on. I mean, I can talk about Magic like forever.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I wasn't that deep into it that time, not that much yet.
Yeah, if I have another Magic fanatic, and I can go back and forth with that fanatic like forever. I mean, this game. It's like I think it's been around for so long. That's why.
Yeah.
Like the amount of materials, the amount of things that they do, it's just abundant for you to talk about. And so this is part where we talk about why this isn't our main game that we play.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say, why did we stop playing this game like religiously? Why did we kind of went away and go away and play other games?
Oh, true. Well, for me, I was still young, still a teen. I don't have money, and this game is quite expensive to upkeep.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people a lot of kids people play with new cards too, and then in the deck rotation, card rotation comes to play. So you can't play your old cards in tournaments too. So that's a downfall for me, and then I can't keep it up. So I quit playing Magic.
Yeah, and I think a lot of players quit because of that too. It's actually financial straining to be competitive.
Yep.
I think casual, once you have a couple of decks. For me, when I became casual, I have like 10 decks.
Wow.
You gotta have. I mean, at least you gotta have like Redburn deck.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody gotta have the Redburn deck.
I mean, that's one of my favorite decks too, the Redburn.
Yeah, this is Redburn. Just burn your opponent. And there's some other decks throughout the years that I love, and I just kept it.
No.
Like Tinker deck, for instance.
I think I still have my sacrifice land, that green red deck, where you sacrifice the land to do some damage too. Yeah. I have that one. That was fun.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, a lot of land mechanics were pretty popular too.
Yep.
I mean, I still remember my Enchantress deck.
Okay.
Yeah, my Artifact. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of decks that that I made over the years, and I still love them. Like the Replenish Opalescence combo deck.
Mm.
I mean, it ruled the meta back in the day, and I love playing it. So, in terms of the way this game is played, is there what would you change about it? I mean, is there something you want to change about Magic to?
Well, to me, try to balance most of the cards, because also one reason why I stopped playing is because a lot of cards were broken, and people it's like those broken cards are so expensive too. So I was like, I cannot compete with them at all.
Yeah, if you don't have the card, you don't win, and and I think a lot of Magic players understand that this game has a little bit of that pay to win mechanic, right?
That's why you see people with a lot of same decks or something, like same broken deck.
Yeah,
I see like 5 same of them in the tournament.
Yeah. In order for you to get the edge in the tournament, or you want a good deck, you have to have good cards, and good cards are expensive.
Yeah, you need a big wallet.
Yeah, you need a big wallet, and I think most Magic players just dedicate themselves to Magic.
Yeah.
And for me, that's how I steered away from the game, because I love different type of games. I love board games. I love console games. I love PC games. I love all types of games. And and I don't want to. I don't want to play just one game.
Yeah.
And there were other games, like other card games, which are really fun to play too. And I love playing those other card games too.
Of course.
Yeah, and I just think that maybe if I would change something, I would say that if the card value, I would say if it's a little more economical, I would say that pretty much what I'm saying is I don't want the card to be dirt cheap or anything.
Of course.
I would say I want it to be more affordable, so that Magic isn't just one game I can dedicate my resources to.
Yeah.
I want to be able to play other games too, because we like to play miniature games and
miniature games are fun.
Yeah, and those games aren't very expensive.
Nah, not really. No.
Yeah, I mean unless you're like an avid collector, then it is quite expensive.
Or those people who play like Warhammer, right?
Oh yeah, I mean,
that was expensive.
Yeah, I mean that could get expensive if you are like an avid like Warhammer.
Oh, yeah, buy the models, get the paint.
Yeah, you gotta get the paint. You gotta paint it. Time consuming also. Yeah. But I think another aspect that I enjoy about the game is the deck building.
Nah, that's always that is the best.
I think that's always the best experience for any game.
For any card game, deck building,
design your deck. So is there a particular style, or is there a particular way you design your deck?
Well, sometimes I just have a format to try to balance every card aspect, like energy, spells, and creatures.
Yeah.
Try to, I always set the same ratio for all of them. Mostly that's how I design my decks.
Yeah, for me, I visualize how the game is going to play out. So I definitely put some emphasis on the early game if it's an aggro deck.
Of course.
If it's a control deck, maybe some early game, but a lot more stuff mid game or late game.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But I mean, deck building for me has always been finding interesting cards.
Okay.
Getting interesting synergy together.
And like some card, like just if I find one card just like does something crazy, I'm like, oh, I want to build around this card.
I want to make it work. I want to make it work. I want
like a fun deck.
It's like a fun deck, and sometimes fun deck turns out to be like totally broken.
Yeah, it can be.
I was like, look, oh my god, I think I can do this, and you cannot do that, and I can do this too, and but usually these day and age, like people caught on quickly.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we've been kind of going off tangent a little bit here, so I guess give us thumbs up, subscribe if you like this type of video. We will definitely put out more of this video. At the moment, we are concentrated on collectible card games.
Yeah.
But eventually, we will expand onto other type of games too, because we do love board games, and
game is our passion.
It's our passion. Game is our passion, and we'll definitely keep you guys posted on that. I will include the link in the description on how to play Magic, and also we are going to start designing some games.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, exciting, right? Yeah. So I think in terms of games, I think we played enough
to
to know what I want to design a game I want to play.
Yep.
And hopefully that's something you guys want to play too.
Yeah, I can't wait.
We can't wait, and we'll definitely do a review video on that.
Yeah.
On what we've been working on, and so far we have already began the process, and so all right, you guys keep posting on that, and
leave any comments or below.
Yeah. Any question you want to ask us, feel free to leave in a comment. All right, guys. Well, we'll check you guys out next week.
Yep. Have a good one.
All right. Bye.